Hiya guys, happy Sunday and welcome back to my channel. The 2027 ANC race looks really interesting, especially since we know that in 2027 they are going to elect the next ANC president. And with Patrice Motsepe actually endorsing Panyaza LESUFFI, it seems like it doesn't look good for Fikile Mbalula and Mr. Alexandra Mafia himself, Paul Mashatile. Yesterday, Mr. Patrice Motsepe endorsed Panyaza LESUFFI, and this is what he said.
I love people who say that South Africa does not need a rich man to be president. They are so correct. Absolutely correct. There are many people in this country who are incredible people, enormously talented, enormously committed. Let me say this to you. Let me start with Panyaza. Panyaza is premier of Gauteng. That job is a calling. You've got to look at, if you're a mayor of a city or a town, you've got a duty to the people that you lead, but you also have a duty to the Almighty, because there are things that you may do that the people may not see. So make sure when you sleep at night, you are absolutely convinced that everything I'm doing is proper, it's fair, it's just, it's ethical. Being president of a country, it's sacrosanct. Sacrosanct. It's holy.
In actual fact, Mr. Patrice Motsepe is not the only one that actually has a belief in Panyaza LESUFFI's leadership in a way, and how he's an open-minded individual. Even Julius Malema said this about Panyaza LESUFFI.
The ANC has got a problem with that because they've been in power for too long. So they're not used to that consultation to say, let's move, let's do this, let's do that. I mean, Dada Morero just went to announce, is it a bomb squad or something?
Yes, the bomb squad.
And we all just had it there. We didn't know it. The MMCs didn't know it because he thinks he still has got power. It is those kind of irritations that lead to instability in the local government. Not that ourselves as political parties are actually in a position where we're unable to listen to each other. If most of these people, when engaged, they respond positive. And the master at that is Panyaza LESUFFI. He speaks to everyone. He can't miss your call as a party that is represented in the legislature, not even in government, in the legislature, giving an opinion or a view. He will listen to it. So
I'm not gonna lie, I'm not really a big fan of Panyaza LESUFFI, but I think that of all the ANC leaders, it seems like he's the one that has some solution of some kind, because he's one person that has been very much strong in standing against Helen Zille. Yes, I've heard that Paul Mashatile has the same thing, but one thing about Panyaza LESUFFI, when he doesn't want something, he stands on it. He stands straight and say, I don't want this. He's always been against working with the DA and also the policies of the DA. He has also been one of the vocal people when it comes to policies like the Bella Bill, who said that we are going to have the Bella Bill whether the DA likes this or not. He's one of the people in the ANC that have stand very firm against the DA.
The power lies with those that share our ideology, our aspiration, and those that understand the pain and the frustration of our people, the poverty of our people, the unemployment that our people are going through. That is it not time that we find a vehicle or a mode that can assist us to build this solid front that can defend our children, so that our children must not go through the pain I've gone through, that our children must not be challenged for their existence, and our children must not be told that we belong to a different culture, I belong to a different culture, we can't be in the same school. That's the kind of energy and space I want to spend, rather than spend my energy to say I want to be a leader of a country or a leader of a political party. Let others lead us there. We will invest in ensuring that we defend what we committed to do when we're detained.
Not just him standing firm against the DA. He's one of the people that has even said something like this about the future of South Africa.
Consolidate and ensure that we work together with those that share our aspirations.
Absolutely.
ASAPO is still there. The PAC is still there. And the need for us to say, on the eve of the establishment of the freedom in 1994, the ANC leadership at that time established something called the Patriotic Alliance. They even brought Bantustan leaders to say, how do we work together to defeat those that wants to take us back? It can't be right at that time and be wrong now with the political parties that are there. So the sooner open-mindedly engage and defend what we think is right, non-racialism, defend what is right, transformation, defend what is right, economic freedom, defend what is right, our land to come back. We can't be narrow in our approach and think that those battles can only be fought and be defended only within the ANC.
So in my mind, I never thought that he would want to be a candidate because of what he said about him being a president or a leader or something of that kind. He just wants to work the ground, and that's what he says. Of which is not the first time that we hear these leaders saying that they just want to work the ground. They're not like that in this way. It's really not the first time. But could it be that he is the solution that the ANC is looking for, that can make them at least to maintain, a good 30%? Or get a good 40%, remain in this 40%, or Panyaza LESUFFI is as rotten as all of them. And I think they can definitely do better in terms of cleaning Gauteng or Johannesburg in particular. And I think he has done nothing when it comes to that. But if leaders who are on the ground with him feel like he's more of an open-minded leader, then probably that's what we are looking for. And the reason why it is said that he moves on the side of the people is because of him being anti-illegal immigration. And we know that people feel like South Africa is not dealing enough with the issue of illegal immigration. Whereas on the other hand, he has been against the issue of illegal immigration. He has said he doesn't like illegal immigration. And that in and of itself is going to put him at an advantage. It's going to make people think that, probably this is a good candidate to be the next president of the ANC. Also, he's been a very vocal person when it comes to informal settlements. He's not been a big fan of informal settlements, people just directing structures. He's a person that has always said, demolish those. Even though I feel like that is very illegal coming from him, that people should follow the law, especially since we have the PI Act, which allows that people need to follow the law. But that's the thing. Talking and action are two different things. He might talk, but when you go to CBD, he is a premier. And what has he done with that? Nothing. He was also commended for his work as an MEC and that he did really well during that time of his tenure.
Panyaza's generation, across the political parties, Panyaza is not the worst of leaders. You may not like his politics, you may differ with him, but generally I think his heart is in the right place. When he was MEC for education in Gauteng, for example, he was a very responsible MEC. And you can see after he left that portfolio that his successor is not like him. So I think that Panyaza stands a better chance to ascend to a higher level in terms of positions in the ANC than Paul.
And also fired a lot of top officials. And we're not gonna give him the praise. He's part of the people that actually worked hard to ensure that the SIU happens. He's very close with President Cyril Ramaphosa. I don't know if he's the one who pushed the president to ensure that the SIU goes and raids the properties of people like Hangwan Maumere, but he's part of the people that have tried to find a resolution when it comes to Tembisa Hospital, especially since now it's gaining even more and more traction. But that's the thing. I have a problem with such leaders who are doing things because there is a lot of public talk or people are talking, now you want to act. But besides that, I think generally the consensus or the views that are held by the people that have been in politics longer than they think that Panyaza LESUFFI is a good candidate, better than Fikile Mbalula, who's a very loud mouth. I don't think that guy should be the president at all. And I'm happy that they are actually vouching for Panyaza, because Fikile, no ways. I think he should actually take some rest when it comes to politics. And as for Mashatile, I don't think is a presidency. As people always say, you are not a wife material. I don't think he's a president material. I think that Paul Mashatile is too very silent. It's like I exist. It's like it's not there. It's like he's not there. I don't know if he'll start showing himself leading to 2027, but right now he's just not there. And there's just a lot of corruption these days that is following him. People are always exposing him. Alexandra Mafia, there's just a lot that is exposing him. And so far, young, vibrant leader who seems like he's coming with solutions. Like, for example, people like Panya. I don't. Konazi said it's illegal, but people feel like at least he's doing something. And there is also Nasispan. People feel like he's trying to end the tender system. He's trying to be anti-tender. And his few members of the ANC were saying anti-tender. And then there's us on the other hand that is like, really? Will he implement that, or he's just talking to get your votes? He's fired a lot of people. He's, done something when it comes to Tembisa Hospital. After how many years? When this thing was just put under the rug and nothing was done. So I think that considering all of those things, including how he's running the government of provincial unity or something like that, And the fact that he always stands firm against the DA. He even said, we are not going to be bullied. We're not going to have a coalition with you as the DA. We're just going to have minority government and get endorsements from different political parties. We want Bella Act. We want our kids to be able to go to any school, especially with the South Africa of Rainbow Nation. One of the people that have been very vocal in such situations. So people see him as, okay, he's, a breath of fresh air. He's just perfect for times such as this. Probably the ANC should use him. Actually, the ANC should give him an opportunity. I don't know what you guys think about him. Very interesting, I must say. Nonetheless, guys, I don't want to make it long. Let me hear what you think. Do you think that he's going to be a perfect candidate, especially considering his stance, what he stands for, and some of the endorsements that he's received so far from different political commentators and politicians? Do you think that he's perfect, especially coming from Patrice Motsepe? Could it be that he wants to fund him with his campaign? Already has the first funder of his campaign, Patrice Motsepe. Let me hear your thoughts, and I'll see you on my next upload. Bye.